Hello everyone, welcome to Hopeful Turns. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the pattern for a crochet mesh bandana or a headscarf. Now this pattern here is a beginner friendly pattern. It's a really quick, simple, easy project to make. Now if you see the body of the bandana, that is the triangle, it is made with this beautiful mesh stitch. It is just one row repeat pattern. So this creates this beautiful mesh effect, and for the border here I have used this picot stitch. Now the border is totally optional. If you want, you can use it or you can completely avoid it. So let's see the material first and then we'll head over to the pattern. Now for the materials here, you can use any weight yarn. I have used 100% acrylic yarn. It's a weight 3 or a light worsted weight yarn. Now if you're making anything for the summer, try to use a cotton or a cotton mix yarn. That would be much more preferable because it is much more breathable and it can absorb the sweat. But I just didn't have any cotton yarn in this color. This is a variegated yarn. It has shades of blue and it just gives a nice beachy vibe to it. That's why I have used this. Now, if you want your bandana to have a nice flow or a drape, you might need to use a larger hook size. So for this kind of yarn, I usually use a 4 or a 4.5 mm crochet hook. But for this project here, I have used size H or 5 mm crochet hook. So use a larger hook size, that will give a nice drape to your bandana. Then the regular things, a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. So these are the supplies that you'd require. This is a 100-gram ball, so I think I would have used less than 50 grams of yarn. Since this is a mesh, it's a net effect, it doesn't use much yarn, it has quite big gaps, so the yarn that you're going to use is also very less. So about 50 grams would be more than enough. So let's start the tutorial. So we'll start this pattern with a slip knot. So make your slip knot first. And once you have your slip knot, make 6 chain stitch. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here we have got 6 chain stitch. Now what we'll do is we will skip the 5 chain stitch and make a double crochet into the very first chain stitch. So skipping all these 5 stitches, make a double crochet into the first chain stitch like this. Now this chain 5 will be counted as double crochet and chain 2. Now once you complete the double crochet, make 2 chain stitch, 1, 2, and then go back into the same chain 1 stitch and make a double crochet. So make a double crochet into the first chain stitch like this. So this is the end of row 1. So basically we have double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. As I said, this chain 5 is counted as double crochet, chain 2. Now we'll move on to row 2. Now you may not be able to completely grasp this pattern as of now, but just hang on till row 3. I'll completely break down the pattern. It's really simple. So just come along with me. So let's start row 2. And for that, we are going to start with 4 chain stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this 4 chain stitch will be counted as a double crochet, chain 1, turn your work. Now into the same chain stitch, the first stitch, make a double crochet. So into the very first stitch itself, make a double crochet like this. So we have chain 4 and a double crochet. After this, make 2 chain stitch, 1, 2, and here this double crochet here, this will be the center spine or the center of the triangle or the bandana. So into this double crochet, what we are going to do is we will make a double crochet, make 1 chain stitch this time, chain 1, go back into the same stitch, again put a double crochet. After that, make 1 chain stitch, again go back into the same stitch and make a double crochet. So if you see here, for the spine of the bandana, we'll be making double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So this will be repeated throughout the pattern. So this is the spine. Now once you complete this, again put 2 chain stitch, chain 2, 1, 2. Now if you see here, we have started with chain 5. Find the third chain stitch from the bottom. So if you see 1, 2, 3, or you can say that skip these two, find the third one. So into the third one, make a double crochet. So make a double crochet. After that, make just 1 chain stitch, chain 1, and then in the same stitch another double crochet like this. So this is the end of row 2. Just hang on till I complete row 3. I will completely explain the pattern. So we'll start row 3, and every row from here will be starting with chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how we'll start every row. This chain 4 will be counted as a double crochet, chain 1. You just turn your work and into the same first stitch, into this first stitch, make another double crochet. So every row we'll be starting like this. We'll be making 4 chain stitch and a double crochet. So this 4 chain stitch is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So that is what this represents, and this is how we'll be ending the row also. So when you are ending it, you'll be ending here. We'll be ending with double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. I'll come to that. So starting and ending of this row is always the same. Now what we'll do is we will make a double crochet on every double crochet of the row till we reach the center spine. So if you see, this is the center spine, and here on this double crochet we will be creating the next spine. So before that we have these 2 double crochet. So on top of that we'll be making a double crochet. But before we make a double crochet, you have to put 2 chain stitch, 1, 2. Remember, here we have only chain 1. Starting we have only chain 1, but between the double crochet you have to put chain 2. Now once you put a chain 2, find the next double crochet, which is here. Make a double crochet on top of that. Now we have the next double crochet here. So we have to put a double crochet here, but before that make chain 2, 1, 2, and then place your next double crochet like this. Now if you see, we are going for the center spine. This is the spine. So once you do that, again you put chain 2, and then we'll work on the spine of our bandana. For that we will make 1 double crochet. Okay, this time make chain 1, not chain 2, just chain 1. Go back into the same stitch, again put a double crochet, then make 1 chain stitch, go back into the same stitch and make a double crochet. So this is the pattern that you'll follow. On the spine you will make double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So this is the pattern that you have to follow. Next, if you see, we have these 2 double crochets left, so we have to put a double crochet on top of that. But before you move, make 2 chain stitch, 1, 2. On top of the next double crochet, make a double crochet. Again you make 2 chain stitch, 1, 2. Locate the next double crochet and make a double crochet on top of that. Again put chain 2, and here we have chain 4 this time. So always the ending you have to put double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, just as we started here. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. You are ending also like that. So find the third chain stitch from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3. This is the third chain, or you can say this is the second chain if you are counting from here. So find the third chain stitch and make 1 double crochet. This time make chain 1 and then 1 more double crochet. So that is how you complete this row. So if you see here, it has started to take the shape of the triangle. So if you see, we have got a small little triangle here. So this is the spine. So I'll just explain the pattern from here on. So if you see this, whenever you reach the spine, this is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. You have to find the center here. So for the next row, you have to work the spine on this double crochet, and every time you reach the spine you will make double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, now that is done. Now for the end, starting and ending of the row, you have to put double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Similarly on the ending also you will put double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. The starting double crochet, chain 1 is made by chain 4, and then after you do that till you reach the center spine, till you reach this, how much ever double crochet you have. So this is the first one that we'll be dealing with. After that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochet for this row. On each of these you are going to put a double crochet, and that will be separated by chain 2. Chain 1 will only come on the center spines and both at the starting and the ending. So I'll do this round with you. This is just a 1 row repeat round. So every row from here we'll start with chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be treated as a double crochet and chain 1. Turn your work and into the first stitch make a double crochet. So this is how the starting of every row will be, chain 4 and a double crochet. Now till we reach this spine we have a total of 4 double crochet for this row. We are going to put 1 double crochet on top of every double crochet separated by 2 chain stitch. So once you do this, make 2 chain stitch and make a double crochet on the first one. This is our next one. So before that make 2 chain stitch, make a double crochet on top of that like this. Again make 2 chain stitch, make a double crochet on top of the next double crochet. We have still 1 more double crochet left, so chain 2 and make a double crochet on that as well like this. Again chain 2. Now if you see we have reached this double crochet, the center spine, so I've already put chain 2. Now when you reach the spine you will make double crochet, chain 1, in the same stitch go back, make a double crochet, another chain 1, and then 1 more double crochet. So this you will be making in every row from here. For the center spine you'll make double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Chain 1 will always be there for the spine. The rest all is chain 2 except for the first and last of every row. So once the spine is done, chain 2, find the next double crochet and make a double crochet on top of that. Again make chain 2, make a double crochet on top of the next double crochet. Again chain 2, make a double crochet on the next double crochet. Okay, again chain 2, make a double crochet on the next double crochet. Alright, so we are almost at the end. So we have just the last, this is the chain 4, which will be treated as double crochet and chain 1. So when you reach the very last, again you put chain 2, and when you reach the last, find the third chain stitch, 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, whatever is convenient. Go there, make 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then 1 more double crochet. So that is how you repeat this pattern. So if you see, our triangle is getting formed. So you can just go ahead and repeat the pattern. I hope the pattern is clear. You just have to make double crochet on all the double crochets, and when you reach the spine you put double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and at the end you are putting double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet both at the first and the last one. So just go ahead and repeat row 4 till you are happy with the length of the triangle. I'm going to go and repeat it till row 13. Okay, so I'll just meet you after I finish row 13. So here I have completed 13 rows. It's just the same repeat pattern, and this is big enough for me. Now if you feel the need to add more rows, you can do as many rows as you want, or if you want to keep it shorter, it's totally up to you. I'm just going with 13 rows, and after that I'll be adding a small border to it. Okay, now once you're done with your triangle, we will start with the ties part. And for that, so this was the end of it. and for the ties I'm going to make about 55 chain stitch. So chain 55. So I'll make 55 chain stitches first and then I'll join you. So here I have put 55 chain stitch. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the first stitch. So skip one stitch and working from the second stitch onward, make a slip stitch till you reach the very end. So from the second stitch onwards, I'm just going to make a slip stitch. So you can just go ahead and make slip stitch. I'll have a total of 54 slip stitches. Now the hair tie, the length of the hair tie is totally optional. You can increase the length or decrease the length. That's also totally a personal choice. If you want, you can add more chain stitch and accordingly you can do the slip stitches. So I'll just complete making slip stitch till I reach the end. So here I have completed one full row of slip stitch. So our one tie is ready. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a row of single crochet on this part of the triangle. You see, on this side I'm going to place a single crochet. There is no hard and fast rule. You just have to evenly balance the single crochet. So this is how I'm going to do it. If you see here, this is like the double crochet or the chain 4. So in this gap, so I'm just going to start here. In the double crochets I'll put 2 single crochet and then there is a small join here that holds it together. There I'll go and make another single crochet. So like this I'm just going to go ahead and evenly place my single crochet on this side of the triangle. So I have put 2 single crochet on the double crochet and a single crochet on the stitch that holds it up together. So just go ahead and place a single crochet on this side. So I'll just complete this and I'll join you at this end of the triangle. Here I have completed a row of single crochet, so this even out this edge. All right, so once you are done with that, so at the very end we are again going to make the next tie. So for that, here again I'm going to make 55 chain stitches just like we did for the other one. So make chain 55. After that you skip the first chain stitch and then work back a row of slip stitches. So I'll just complete that. So I'm just going to make 55 chain stitch, skip the first stitch and make a row of slip stitch till I reach the end. So I'll just complete that. So here I have completed the second tie as well, and if you want you can cut your yarn here and your bandana is ready. But I'm just going to make a small little picot border to it. It's an optional step. So if you want, you can continue with the border or you can cut your yarn here and finish it off. So if you're making the border, this is how you'll do. So this was my very last slip stitch. And once you finish that, just come directly to this space here and make just 1 single crochet. Now for the picot here, we'll be making the picot stitch on top of every double crochet. And for that, when you reach your double crochet, you make a single crochet first and then you'll make a picot stitch. So for a picot stitch, you have to make 3 chain stitch, 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch into the first chain stitch. So make a slip stitch like this. Once a picot is made, in the chain 2 space, put 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and when you reach your double crochet, we'll make a picot. But before that, you make 1 single crochet, then a picot. So for that, make 3 chain stitch and slip stitch into the chain 1. Okay, and you can repeat the pattern. So when you reach your chain 2 space, you have to put 2 single crochet, 1, 2, and when you reach your double crochet, you first start with a single crochet and then you make your picot. So you make 3 chain stitch and a slip stitch. So like that, you can just go ahead and repeat the pattern. I'll show you how to work the spine with the picot stitch. Okay, so just continue on one side. So here I have completed one side with the picot border. We have almost reached the spine, so I'll show you how to do the picot for the spine. Now before that, when you're doing this picot border, if you find that your piece is ruffling a bit too much, you can do a small correction. Instead of putting 2 single crochet in every chain 2 space, you can put 1 single crochet followed by 2 single crochet. So you can alternate between that. So that will reduce the number of stitches and it will somehow help to stop the ruffling at the border. So instead of putting 2 single crochet in every chain 2 space, just put 1 single crochet, then in the next one 2, 1, 2, like that you can do it if at all you find that the ruffles are a bit too much. Okay, now coming to the spine of this, so here I have put 2 single crochet. Before I reach the spine, I have another one here. So here also I make a picot first, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch back. Okay, here again I have the chain 2 space. Again I'm going to do 2 single crochet. I am going to do 2 single crochet in every chain 2 space, because even though there is ruffles, I feel that once I block it, the ruffles will all settle down. So that's why I'm going with 2 single crochet in every chain 2 space. Okay, now we have come to the spine here, the 3 double crochets here. In this first one here, I'm not going to make a picot. I'm just going directly, without making anything here, I'm going directly in the chain 1 space and making a single crochet here. Now in the center one, I'll make a single crochet first and I'll make a picot. Now for this picot here, I'm going to make chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back into the first chain 1 stitch and make a slip stitch. So that will create a little bit bigger picot stitch like this. After that, come to the next chain 1 space. So if you see, this is a spine here. I'm going to the next chain 1 space and I'll make a single crochet. I'm not going to make a single crochet on top of it. Instead, I'll go to the chain 2 space and make 2 single crochet. 1, 2, and then continue with the pattern. I'm just going to make a picot, the normal picot, that is 3 chain stitch and a slip stitch. So you can just continue the pattern that you were doing in the other side. So once picot is made, again make 2 single crochet into the chain 2 space, again put a picot, like that you can continue the pattern. So here I have completed the picot border and our bandana is ready. And this bandana here, I have blocked it, so that's why you will not find any ruffles to it. It's completely straight and symmetrical. So if you are planning to block it, you just have to wet your piece, put it on a blocking mat, put the pins in place as a proper triangle, and the stitches will open up and the ruffles will be taken care of. So this is after blocking. So yeah, that's it for today's tutorial. If you liked it, please do not forget to press on the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please do consider subscribing. If you're looking for other crochet patterns for the season, for the summer season, you can find a playlist link in the description box as well as on the end screen that is coming up. That's it for today's tutorial. See you in another video. Until then, bye bye. Thank you for